Originally from Colombia, our next guest is one of the top-selling singers in the world. His album Dharma went platinum a few years back, and he's got a new single out now called 2 a.m. To date, he's been nominated for 14 Latin Grammys, winning 2. He's also received 2 American Grammy nominations. Now he has turned his attention to Broadway, where he stars as Billy Flynn in Chicago at the Ambassador Theater in New York City, now through December 22nd, so y'all gotta check that out. Everybody, please welcome Sebastián Yatra! It's nice to have you here, like physically, yes.
Please, it's so exciting. It's so hard when it's a tape performance.
Oh, it is? I think it's kind of awesome. You get to send it in.
No, because I wanted to meet you and be here on the couch.
Yeah, that's nice. Ditto. Okay, well, you're here now, and I hear that you're actually going to do the Macy's Day Parade, too, like Michelle.
Yes.
Have you done that before?
I haven't done it either.
You should dress warm.
For real?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't care what they say.
Every day.
Yeah, I was freezing. It's so cold, and you're singing, and you're like, why?
How many hours are you singing?
Well, one time I think I did like a couple songs, but the hilarious part was I was singing a single called Heat. Yeah, and freezing my behind off. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really tell you what you're gonna do there until I don't really know what I'm up against. They just go to the parade.
You know what? Go with that. Just don't, and then just let it wash over you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the
It is
marathon.
magical though, like the energy of it.
Yeah, I mean, I just came to do the whole New York experience. I got here, I did the marathon the day after I got here.
Yeah.
To start living in New York.
Yeah.
And then Broadway, doing Chicago, and now the Thanksgiving Day Parade. I don't know.
You're making your rounds.
And I'm here on Kelly Clarkson.
Yes. You need to see the tree all lit up as well.
I gotta do that too.
Yeah, it's magical. That's a magical thing too. So how are things going with Chicago? You love it?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so insane, and the whole cast, the crew, they're so perfect. I mean, it's insane. I always wanted to be on Broadway. I never thought it would actually happen, but I've spent my whole life like telling people, like, I'm walking down the street, I'm like, give me any line, just say anything, and I'll go full Broadway performance on you with that. And then it just happened, and I had seen Ricky Martin do it in Evita 12 years ago, before I had even released music, and I was like, wow, it's so crazy that a Latin guy is doing Broadway as a male lead. Who's gonna be next? And then I'm next.
Look at you now. Yeah. I love the dog. The dog's reaction when you toss it up was like, excuse me, sir. Like, and the dog was and then goes back to what she's doing.
Yeah, the dog is the owner of that house.
That's amazing. Most dogs are, mine are. Well, Michelle Williams was just here, and she said there's a difference for her when she's doing Broadway, like the audience and the feel, and how well, like with choreography, like you have to be in place on Broadway, which is different when you're kind of out touring and doing your own stuff. Do you find that as well?
Yeah, I was listening to what you guys were saying in a bit, and yeah, definitely, and best of luck to her. She's doing it amazing, really.
Yeah.
We're in our shows, I guess we're used to it all being about us, and this isn't about us.
Yeah.
It's like being one more piece of the watch. Yeah. And you have to like fit in perfectly for the play to come out, or the musical, and if you like miss a line or stop the it like messes up the whole rhythm. So that's what I've been nervous for these past like 8 months, just knowing my lines well. That's really what gets me nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's me too, because I have a horrible memory.
For real?
Yes.
Explain this to me, please.
Well, it's called a teleprompter. Like, I literally, back in the day, like, I would stress, I change words all the time, like lyrics all the time.
Even in your songs?
The ones I write are the worst, like, and I write a lot of them, but I think because you go through so many different ideas, like when you're writing it, and then I'm like, what did I land on? And then sometimes I'm so ADHD that my brain just goes somewhere else. Like, it's like this past weekend I did a show, and I literally was thinking about my kids for something because we got to do something, and I was like, why am I thinking about this? And I'm in the middle of a song, so I'm crazy. So, yeah. So, and I get, nice to meet you, yes. But it happens, though. I trip up on lines because of that. Because do you do that? Do you go somewhere else?
Yeah, and it happens to me that I'm like, there's the court scene at the end, and so many things are happening, and I love that scene so much that the other day I was doing it, and I was literally just looking at the scene. I was like, I felt like I was in the crowd, and I was in the audience. I forgot I was acting it, and then my line was coming up, and I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I was just looking at the scene. I was like, oh, these people are good.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's funny.
You get so lost in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such a great musical that.
Yeah.
And the character Billy Flynn, I get to be like a. So.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool too.
So fun. Yeah. See, people always think, oh, if you wanted to act, what would you do? And I'm like, Kathy Bates' Misery, hands down.
Right.
Yeah.
You just want to be really mean.
I want to be insane. Yeah.
When are you going to do Kathy Bates'
Not
Misery?
at all, ever. All right, we have to do a quick commercial break. Sebastián's new single is called 2 a.m. It's out now wherever you get your music. You can also see him through December 22nd in Chicago at the Ambassador Theater in New York City. Y'all got to check it out. It's only 4 weeks. Get there. Thank you guys so much.